what the intelligence community is doing is looking at phone numbers and durations of calls. They are not looking at people's names, and they're not looking at content. But by sifting through this so-called metadata, they may identify potential leads with respect to folks who might engage in terrorism.
So how come you missed the Boston Marathon bombing, Mr. President? I mean, you're obviously not profiling Muslims because that would go against your, let us say, your agenda. So who are you profiling with your metadata surveillance? Why, you're profiling Tea Party members, talk radio hosts who oppose you, bloggers who oppose you, anyone who writes anything against you. You certainly didn't survey every phone call in America. We know that. So therefore, since we know everyone's phone calls were not being listened in on, it was some. Well, who were the some? They were obviously not Muslims known to the anti-terrorism community, because otherwise you would have gotten to the Sarnoff brothers before they bombed the Boston Marathon race, Mr. President. So I don't buy one word of this. This is an absolute lie. They're only targeting their political enemies, and they should be impeached for this, and who's ever behind it should be in prison. That's my opinion. Frank in New York City on WABC, you disagree? Go ahead, you're on the air.
Hi. There's actually, I think there's right-wing hysteria. I think that actually it's better that we have biometric cameras everywhere to identify, see who's the criminal, who's not the criminal.
Well, hold on. So now you think that this is right-wing hysteria. So would you include now every critic of what Obama has done as a right-winger?
Well, Obama is actually, he's making sure we're all safer.
Frank, you're not answering me. If you're going to play games with me, I'm going to hang up on you. You made a very, very challenging statement. You want to play contact sport with me, then put your helmet on, or you're going to have your head bashed in. You said it's right-wing hysteria. We'll be safer with spying. So I asked you a simple question. Does that mean anyone who is upset over this is now a right-winger?
Well, of course, I think the government doesn't. How's the government know if they're dangerous or not dangerous? So
Frank,
we don't know.
Are you answering a question, or are you some kind of mental case? Are you just playing a game? You realize that even the New York Times has criticized Obama for this, LargeNet, the ACLU, the USA Today. They're not right-wingers, are they, Frank?
Well, basically, for example, like you're already doing like surveillance of.
Frank, you're not answering me. Stop being a moron. Can you listen to a question and answer it? Yes or no?
Sure, I'll answer the question. Okay.
You just said that anyone opposing Obama on this is a right-wing nutcase. I asked you, does that mean everybody who opposes him is a right-wing nutcase?
Of course not.
Okay, so that means the ACLU, the New York Times, and USA Today front page, they're all right-wing nuts now? They're in hysterics over this?
Well, this is all they're all part of the same conspiracy of controlled by...
All right, have a nice day. You're a crazy person. You belong in the Obama administration. In fact, you should apply for a job in the Department of Homeland Security or go to work for Susan Rice in the NSA. You'd fit right in with the other mouth-foaming psychotics. You ever take a look at them? You think that these people are real, wonderful ex-military looking out for you? They look like the idiots thrown out of college. They look like the drug addicts in school that you wanted nothing to do with. That's who's running the country.
Join the Savage Nation.